Hey guys, it's Rob here with another knife review. I've got the Boker Plus Ginger Fighter. It's designed by Begg. He's an awesome guy. Chatted with him a few times online, not in person yet. I'll be meeting him at Blade this year, hopefully. Looking forward to it. But his knives are very practical. They're designed to be used. They're not designed to be looked at and put in a collection, you know. I'm kind of a fan of that. This knife, the story behind this, if you've read it, it was on the cover issue of Tactical Knives a while back. Or it was the cover knife, I'm sorry. And the story behind it is his son was getting shipped off in the military. I believe it's the Marines, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look at it to be sure, but Todd wanted his son to go away with a knife that, you know, he could really depend on if his life depended on it, that he wouldn't have to worry about failing in any way, shape, or form. And this is called the Ginger Fighter because his son has a redhead and got the nickname Private Ginger while he was in the Corps. So, a little background info on the knife. His custom versions look pretty much exactly like this, except I think they are a satin finish instead of a stonewash finish from the pictures he sent me. But all in all, it's a beautiful blade. It is hands down my favorite fixed blade that I own today. And I carry it all the time, working on the farm, in the woods, backpacking, hiking, hunting, anything. This one's on my belt for sure. It came with a tech lock. The tech lock is it's now on my Boker Plus Vox Rhino right here. Just until I get another one to put on this one, because I carry the other one quite a bit more than I do the Ginger Fighter. But it's a great knife. The thickness is right at 1/4 inch, I believe. It's got, can't remember if it's micarta or G10. Let's see, the handle scales. They've got a little mill right. They've got some milling right here. And it's smooth. It's very smooth. It is G10. Sorry about that. Had to check. It is G10. There's 3 slots milled out at the front and 3 at the back on each side. You can see the screws used to hold the slabs onto the tang. There's 3 on each side once again. It's very, very well done. Very well executed. The lanyard hole is a tad bit small. It's hard to get paracord in there. If you take the inner strands of the paracord out, it'd be quite a bit easier, but full-size paracord is kind of hard to get in and out. But it is possible. This one is made out of 440C steel, Crucible 440C. 440C is all around one of my favorite steels, simply because it's it's one of the classic steels. It's known for great strength, good toughness. Harden it to around 58, anywhere from 58, 59 HRC, and you have an extremely usable blade. I like it because it's easy to sharpen, but at the same time it holds an edge plenty long enough for my taste. So it is probably my favorite steel. And I'm actually working on a custom knife right now that I'm working on doing that is going to be made out of 1/8 inch stock 440C. And it will be heat treated to about 59. Sorry. Anyways, back to this knife. Size comparison. This knife has a 6 1/8 inch overall blade length, and that's basically the overall length, excuse me, and that's basically the length of the blade on the Ginger Fighter. So it's a little over 6-inch blade. Carrying this knife, it carries extremely well. The Kydex sheath is very, very lightweight. So, you know, Kydex is great. The retention on this is the best retention of any sheath I've ever owned, hands down. It's perfect. Like, you can get it out easily by pushing with your thumb on the top. It's retained by the finger guard here. The retention is perfect in this knife. It's not going to come out no matter what you do. It's not coming out. But retention is great. Beautiful stonewash finish. They have an awesome finish on this knife. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard. Need a new camera. It's not focusing here. But the stonewash finish is amazing. You can see here it's got the serial number. I don't know if you can see it. It's right here. It's got the serial number, and it says 440C, and it says Begg knives. And then on the other side it just says Boker Plus. As you can see, it's a large knife. I mean, my hands are fairly large, and it's a big knife. And the handle, you will not have a problem with this handle being too small for your hands. It's very large. Very, very large handle. Fills my hand and then some. I absolutely love the way it feels in the hand. Handle's very, very well designed. And one thing that took some getting used to on the handle is, notice the G10 is recessed a little bit from the tang all the way around. There's maybe a little less than an eighth of an inch there. Todd did that to ensure that, you know, whatever you're using the knife for, if you're hammering on the tang in any portion, that you will not break the handle scales. And it's a great design. You don't have to worry about breaking the G10 no matter what you do to it. So that's there. It's a little different feel in the hands. You'll notice it when you first use it, but it's a good design though. Also has a finger tool up here for choking up and doing some finer work. See it right there. Finger tool choking up a little bit. It's got jimping on the top for the thumb and jimping on the butt for the thumb when you hold it in a reverse grip. So all around it's a very comfortable knife to use. It's got the clip point. Clip starts right in here, if you can see. It's ground on both sides. What I call a saber grind. Some people don't. I call a saber grind when it's ground like that. But hollow ground on the bottom, so it gets to a very thin edge from the 1/4 inch thickness. Cuts extremely well for a knife of its size. The point is fairly strong actually. It retains at least around a 1/16 of an inch or more thickness all along the top of the blade all the way down to the point. And it's actually pretty strong. One day using it on the form, I stabbed it into a cross tie, and the cross tie happened to be rotten, and it went straight through the cross tie and into a cinder block sitting there, and the tip was perfectly fine. I mean, it rolled the edge over just a little bit, but a couple seconds on a sharpener and it was gone, but the tip was good. So it's got a nice strong tip on it, that's for sure. All in all, it's a great design knife. Like I said, my favorite fixed blade. Great tactical knife. As I said, it was designed to be a fighting knife. That's why it's called the Ginger Fighter. So fighting knife, it penetrates extremely well. Did the phone book test on it. On a full-size phone book, which is, I don't know how many hundred pages, quite a few, but you know, that thick, couple inches thick or more. Did a phone book test on it, and it went through the phone book and into the table. So if that gives you any indication of how good of a penetrator it is, it's outstanding. Great knife. Edge holding's perfect for me. I love the 440C, like I've said. This one has been used, so it's not perfectly sharp, but just to see if it'll cut a little bit here. Yeah. Not great, because, like I said, it's not been sharpened in a while, and I need to do that, but you can see some of the finer cuts there. For a 1/4 inch thick knife that's this big, it's pretty dang good. Needs to be touched up a hair, but all around, this is favorite fixed blade that I've owned so far. I love it, and I would highly recommend it.